Hello friends, still discussing about Shomin sample. In the second episode, yesterday was the welcoming day for Kimito. Well, in this third episode, Kimito has a new and very kawaii friends. How full story, straight to the storyline.
お兄ちゃん、やめてください。あらあら、まあまあ。
At the beginning, there was a waiter walking. It turned out to be a new waiter who was being given direction. Waiter told me that this lab belongs to Miss Hakua. In treating Hakua, there are special rules. Like this, Miss Hakua can wear her own clothes, and food for a week is arranged. So Hakua can't eat anything other than food that has been arranged. In another scene, it looks like Kimito has just been woken up by Miyuki. Miyuki hopes that Kimito never wakes up again. Then Kimito got a message from his mother, which contained a hot shower. Kimito asked Miyuki what message meant. It turned out that due to Kimito's approval to move schools, their house was heavily renovated. Bedroom was also made a hot water bath. Now, Kimito has become to the center of attention of the student. Students always talk about him and pay attention to him. Even when going to the toilet, he was also noticed how the common people opened the door. Kimito felt very uncomfortable. He tried to rest in the garden. There was a student who was scribbling on the wall. Kimito tried to reprimand him. When he was about to be approached, the girl suddenly took off all her clothes while still scribbling on the wall. Kimito panicked because he was afraid that someone would see him. Finally, Kimito brought Hakua to his room. There, Kimito did not do anything strange. Kimito told him to immediately put on his clothes. However, girl actually slandered Kimito, who stripped her neck. Kimito also definitely avoided it. Kimito told him to put his clothes on immediately, but apparently, this girl can't wear clothes herself. Finally, Kimito helps her to put on clothes. He then introduced himself. It turned out that he was Hakua, and Hakua was hungry. Then, Kimito also made him a dish, namely ramen. Hakua also refused because he had never eaten very foreign food. Kimito also forced him and tried to feed him. Embraced, Hakua tried to eat it himself, and he ate the ramen to the end. After finishing it, Hakua suddenly fell asleep and suddenly he woke up and immediately scribbled on Kimito's table. And suddenly he took off all his clothes again. And suddenly Aika came there and thought Kimito was a pervert. Later, Kimito escorted Hakua back to his lab, and there he was greeted by his servant. The maid had already brought a camera and was about to go wherever Hakua scribbled. Since Hakua is participating in mathematics and industry, the server will record it. And this lab was built with Hakua's patent. Waiter said it was time for Hakua to eat. Kimito told him that Hakua had already eaten. Waiter looked very panicked. Kimito said goodbye to go home, but instead he was prevented by Hakua.
ここにいて大丈夫ですか？いえ、わからない。
The next day, Kimito was seen walking with Reiko, Aika, and other classmates. Suddenly, there is a woman carrying a katana. When she sees an insect passing in front on her, she tries to slash the insect. However, other students thought that this woman named Karen called Kimito an insect, and Karen was greatly feared by the other students. Suddenly, Karen also calls Kimito an insect and starts attacking him with a mainstay move. Kimito also dodged and continued to dodge. As a result, Karen became more and more annoyed and issued a whirlwind stance. But the move did not hit Kimito. In fact, the unexpected happened. Karen also tried to keep attacking Kimito, and Kimito didn't want to keep dodging and fighting him. But this is what happened. Karen thought that these commoners were very strong, so asked Kimito how strong they were. Kimito replied that he was the weakest in the commoners. Karen did not accept and asked for a rematch, but suddenly all her clothes were damaged, and assumed Kimito did nothing capable of damaging his clothes, so that Karen asked to be Kimito bodyguards and would always be by his side, and would immediately kill him when Kimito was weak. In the afternoon, when Kimito was in his room, Aika came with her cell phone and was going to make a tea party for the sake of her club. But one phone will be sorely lacking to spread party invitation. Finally, Kimito asked Hakwa for help to develop a cell phone so that it could be shared. What's even weirder is Hakwa was sitting on Kimito's lap, and that made Aika jealous. Aika asked Hakwa to just sit on the pillow, but Hakwa instead took Kimito's hand and embraced him, and it made Aika angry. Suddenly Karen also came there and immediately hugged Aqua because it was so cute. Kimito also asked what was the purpose of Karen coming here. Karen had explained that she would be his aide and would always be by his side, and will kill him when he is weak. Aika also did and asked Kimito to send them home because it was their club time. Kimito also wanted them to be together, but Aika refused and immediately went out. Outside, there was already a waiter from Hakwa who brought a box. It turned out that it was a cell phone. Kimito also asked Aika to choose the cell phone she liked. Kimito also asked Karen to choose, but Karen refused, very arrogant. Aika also took a selfie there and asked Kimito to take a selfie together. They also selfie happily. Suddenly Karen is very upset and asked to take a selfie together. And that's the third episode of Shomin Sample. Very funny, isn't it? Okay, see you in the next video. Arigato!